Top of the morning folks, today from the Reddit Rainforest. Hey Reddit, what things do you do with your SO that you'd never want another person to witness? My SO has me sit on top of him topless and let my breasts dangle over his face. He pulls them over his eyes and says booby goggles. Sometimes he'll move one out of the way and it becomes a booby monocle. I do not know how this started. My husband requires injections into his abdomen twice a day. He hates it. For obvious reasons. So to make it slightly more pleasant I decided to give them to him topless. He pretends to be really scared and hold on to my breasts. I'm an RN and I would die of embarrassment if any of my colleagues and his physicians knew that was the reason. He always says I give the best injections. We run around the house naked making animal sounds sometimes. It's not sexual. We just do. Little do you know you have some severely confused neighbors. My parents chase each other throughout the house. My mom often chasing my dad around the couch or kitchen table to catch him. If she does, she pinches him repeatedly and my dad tries to run away. Both giggle hysterically and lots of shrieking and squealing ensue from both parties. Picture two little Asian people doing this. They are in their late 50s and this happens regularly still. I just watch the arena in amusement and shout occasional encouragements. My boyfriend has 3 scars from a surgery that look like little centipedes. I have given them all names and backstories about their bug lives. My husband, a manly man firefighter, sometimes ties a towel around his neck after showers and runs around saying "has naked man" and then gropes me vigorously. Similar to this, my husband will get out of the shower, walk into the living room naked with a towel draped over one shoulder, straddle the heater, and bounce his manly bits up and down to dry them off while saying "yeah, you know you like it." Never gets old. On the day of the election me and my GF wore Clinton and Trump masks respectively. The person wearing the loser of the election had to keep the mask on during sex. Also had to down 6 beers. When I get pretend mad and we're naked, I climb on top of him and swing my boobs back and forth so they hit his face. We call it boobine. If I'm lying in bed with blankets over me, my boyfriend will sometimes jump on top of me, hold the blankets over me, except my face, and call me a sausage roll. He would not move for a good 15 minutes. My BF and I regularly roll ourselves up in blankets like a sealed burrito. And when the other sadly comes over hoping to get under the blankets too, we say, "If you want to board this vessel, you must remove all articles of clothing and will not unwrap the blanket until the other undresses." That's nothing. I watch Lifetime movies with my wife sometimes. My girlfriend and I will sleep together and she'll wake up before me the next morning, take a shower, come back to bed after her shower and wake me up by rubbing her boobs in my face multiple times a week. No wonder I miss her right now. I violently dry hump my husband without saying a word, and the more he complains the longer it'll go. And when I dramatically finish I throw a dollar bill or something at him and say, "Here, I'll see you next week. Do not call," and then leave the room. Or hell grab my boobs and insist they're his only friends and refuse to let go. There's a whole backstory about me being the only thing between them and true happiness. Oh god, we're weird. My husband likes to claim my boobs are his boobs. He grabs them and goes, "My boobies, mine," and follows me around the house holding my boobs. Oops, I mean his boobs. Sometimes when me and my girlfriend are in the car driving somewhere, we'll harmonize and sing songs together. Sounds normal, right? The strange part is we do it all in meows, like a cat. Same rhythm and melody, just meows and renners in replace of the lyrics. It's so stupid and embarrassing, but I love every minute of it. She's the only person who allows me to do embarrassing or stupid or immature things with no reserve. Her presence makes the silly things seem right. And that type of enabling is pure love and acceptance to me. I think that's what all of these posts here are about. Couples taking part in mutual absurdity just because you love each other so much. It's not really absurd or restricted anymore. It's just another way of enjoying each other. When my boyfriend is grumpy I jump on him, hold his legs in the air, and dry hump him with the jackhammer sex move. I like to have gentle weeping during the jackhammering. He cracks up every time. We have a secret handshake. The last part we pretend to shoot guns at each other and then give a little nod. I should mention, we're 32 years old. We also have a handshake that involves guns, but ours also has explosions. My ex and I pretended to be dinosaurs a lot. Lots of arms, T-Rexes and weird noises. It was not all that different from the 6, now that I think about it. We do this bit where we pretend that we hate each other, and then we ferociously make out all over each other. Sometimes people do not laugh. My husband does this thing where he grabs and massages the top of my head in a motion similar to a claw machine, then flattens his hand out suddenly. Then he says, "It was a brain sucker and it starved to death." Silly, should be offensive, but always makes me laugh. My boyfriend likes to humiliate me in ways I cannot tell people about. Holds me down and licks my armpits after I go running. Calls me his sister in public. Continues to attempt to lick the inside of my nose duck that. Makes out with my stomach while making loud moaning sounds. Sits on top of me and pretends to ride me like female naked people star. Groping himself, biting his lip, talking about my huge cock. My ex used to run into the room, strike a pose, then loudly fart. It was beyond hilarious. Oh, and he is a big scary biker dude. When she wants my attention, she calls me from another room and then runs out quickly to see if I'm paying attention to her. I talk to her in a high-pitched tone and ask her questions like, "Do you love me?" until she responds. Sometimes I make up songs about her and sing them to her when no one else is around. Sometimes I wake up to her licking lotion off my face, but I'll let her do it because I know she enjoys it. My cat and I really love each other. I was born for this thread. My husband and I have the maturity levels of small children. Showers together turn into spitting contests. Hiss at each other like cats. If I'm washing my hands and my husband starts tickling me, I'll splash handfuls of water onto him and it turns into a huge watery mess by the time we declare truce. We yell at each other a lot and make weird inhuman noises and screeches. Think. The most annoying sound in the world from Dumb and Dumber. Our neighbors must love us. If he's naked, I like to poke his penis / play with it non-sexually. Sometimes I like to perform CPR on my husband, putting my mouth over his mouth and noise, then blow really hard. Lots of farting on each other, wrestling like we're in the octagon, random dry humping, constant weird voices and faces, the unwelcome finger in the ass when you're least expecting it game. My husband likes to pick my nose and try to put his finger in my mouth afterwards. We do a little, but dance in the shower too. That's all I can think of for now. We're totally normal adults in public, but we're a freak show at home. We have full out conversations all in cat meows, as well as generally acting like cats towards each other. When we're in the car, one of us will reach over to hold the other's hand, but instead of it being romantic, we will start to imitate our hands having sex with each other through humping motions, finishing with jerky hand twitches. All our sexual organs have their own personalities / voices. For example, I speak daily to his penis and his little brother testicles, who have MIT degrees BTW, and my boyfriend does their voices when I talk to them. Also, all our body parts are all in a polygamous relationship with each other. That is, his penis and my vagina are married, but his penis always gets it on with my mouth and butt, etc. I have one nose hair that grows to mutant length, like it starts far back in my nose, and by the time it grows to the point I can pull it, it is longer and thicker than my eyebrow hair. So naturally when I pull this sucker out, I proceed to try and stick it back up my so's nose. My girlfriend is glorious. She waxes my unibrow, pops pimples and squeezes blackheads from my face / chest / back / pubes, and will wax any unwanted hair from anywhere on my body. She's awesome and I hope no one knows this account is me. My girlfriend and I play this game where we hate each other. It started about 3 years ago, when she told me she does not like me and I should stop being so weird. Then she ducked some random guy she met, and then eventually, and this is the good part, went so far as to move away to a different state and still has not called. Haha, she's so good at this game. An ex-boyfriend and I once ate chips and salsa off each other's privates. We called it a screaming tortilla. We were ragingly drunk, and the risk of accidentally biting was both hilarious and sexy. When we're laying around after sexy times, I like to poke my ginger boyfriend's freckles and tell him they have names. He on the other hand, loves to play bongo drums on my boobs / butt. Me and my ex-boyfriend used to create a seal over the other's nose with our mouth and blow into it, forcing air through their nose and out of their mouth. It was miserable and kind of turned into a punishment after a while. Also it would occasionally result in a bloody nose. My husband has sucked the snot out of my nose so I could breathe better after being sick. True love. You wish you had it. I had this ex that would randomly stop mid-blowjob, put my penis in her hand, and use it like a joystick. She would press my nuts like buttons. Meanwhile making pew pew and whoosh noises. She really got into it as well. Would really pretend she was playing a game. After a minute or so, she would finish me off. She also used to draw eyes on my dick and use the little opening as a mouth. We joked around about creating an animated show. But honestly I'm too shy for that. If you are reading this, you made it until the end of the video. There is no more after this. Click the thumbs up button since you liked the video because you made it until the end. On screen there should be some more videos similar to this. So either go do something else or watch another video. That's it. I do not know why you are still here. What are you waiting for, a secret message or something? Okay. Are you ready? The message is subscribers enjoy 2 great Reddit videos every day. Yeah, right, no, I know. What are you expecting though? This is a YouTube channel.